The gate that held perimeter pressure, entry 6, the pattern continued, and this time the bridge existed. On Sunday, an armed man spent hours at Trump National Golf Club in Rancho Palos Verdes, photographing the grounds and appearing to monitor security planning activities while federal agents watched. He was arrested before the president arrived for a scheduled Tuesday dinner at the property. This publication has maintained a standing incident log of perimeter contact events around the presidency since May. This is the 6th entry. The aggregators cannot say that because they keep no ledger. This ledger can because the count has a denominator, and the denominator is printed below. What the record establishes. The Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department identified the suspect as Janine John Tale, 38, of Downey. Per the Justice Department, federal agents first saw a suspicious individual on Friday during a security assessment of the property, later identified as Tile. On Sunday afternoon, he was observed walking the grounds, taking photos and videos while appearing to conduct surveillance of security operations. Deputies detained him and recovered a 16-round magazine containing hollow point ammunition from his pants pocket. In his vehicle, parked in the club's own lot, they found a loaded 9mm pistol with a round chambered and an additional loaded magazine of hollow point ammunition. He also reportedly carried binoculars and a badge reading Security Protection Agent. While speaking with him, deputies learned he was already under investigation by the El Segundo Police Department in a 2025 robbery case in which he had been granted $250,000 bail per First Assistant U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley. On Monday, August 3rd, investigators executed a search warrant at his Downey residence. Reporting describes an illegally modified rifle, a pistol, body armor, high-capacity magazines, radio equipment, and notebooks containing concerning statements. On Tuesday, August 4th, a federal criminal complaint was filed in the Central District of California. The charge of possession of an unregistered short-barreled rifle carries a 10-year federal maximum, with state charges alongside and a court appearance expected Wednesday. Officials stress that no credible threat to the community has been identified, and a federal law enforcement source stated there is currently no indication he was plotting an attack on the president. The investigation remains active with the Secret Service and the FBI's Joint Terrorism Task Force. Both halves of that record print here together because both are the record. No designation of attempted assassination exists as of this writing. The analysis below does not require one. The pattern stated plainly. Across all 6 entries in the standing log, no actor needed inside knowledge because the locations announced themselves. An advertised rally in Butler, a known personal routine at a named golf property in Florida, a scheduled annual dinner at a functioning public hotel where the record itself noted only the event spaces were secured, a public monument, the most symbolic fence in the country, and now an announced dinner at a branded property carrying the target's own name. The vulnerability across the lineage is not secrecy failure, it is predictability. Fixed coordinates plus a published schedule create the same structural exposure this publication has documented at every maritime choke point this year. A perimeter is anything with a known location and a timetable. A rally is a strait. A golf course is an anchorage. The backdrop pressure is measured, not inferred. Threats against lawmakers climbed for the 3rd consecutive year, reaching nearly 15,000 in 2025. The badge and the arc it completes. In May, this publication defined identity laundering, original proprietary analytical architecture, the severing of true origin from presented identity to defeat a verifier. A tanker repaints its name, a drone changes designation, a stolen uniform clears a victim's trust. Entry 6 arrives carrying the construct in its pocket, a badge reading Security Protection Agent, a manufactured identity built for exactly one purpose: to pass as part of the protective layer itself while surveilling it. The verifier at a perimeter is human threat assessment, and the badge was the key cut for that lock. The maritime version launders a flag. The perimeter version launders a role. Same mechanism, new domain, now documented in the sheriff's own release. The inversion, and it is the story. In May, this publication wrote the commissioning gate, original proprietary analytical architecture, the threshold where identity stops being expressive and becomes operational, where a person moves physically toward the symbolic target armed. Entry 5 crossed it. That actor had prior system contact, a psychiatric hold, 2 prior detentions, and the system that had met him 3 times had no mechanism to intercept his return to the same fence. The finding then, the missing bridge from documented contact to sustained intervention. Entry 6 is the first in the log where the bridge existed. The actor was already known to law enforcement through the open robbery investigation. Federal agents logged him on Friday during a routine security assessment, 2 days before the arrest. He was surveilled during the casing phase rather than discovered after it, and he was arrested on the charges available before the gate, while the fuller picture was assembled by warrant. Prior contact, plus monitoring, plus interdiction before the crossing. The gate held. That is not a smaller story than an attempt. For the professional reader, it is the larger one, because it is the first documented instance in this ledger of the intervention architecture functioning in sequence. Verified, not viral. Signal over noise. Now, for those of you that are still here, strategic posture followed by professional assessment by way of ingest, apply, synthesize format. Use at your discretion. Strategic posture. Track the federal case, not the headline cycle, Wednesday's court appearance, the JTTF's findings on the notebooks and the residence inventory, and any superseding charges naming the president as target would upgrade this entry, and this ledger will say so plainly if they come. Read the 6-entry log as a pressure curve, not 6 stories. Treat predictability as the standing structural exposure around every announced appearance at a branded or scheduled location. Treat manufactured role identity, badges, uniforms, vests, lanyards, as a live laundering vector at every perimeter, screened with the same rigor a sanctions desk applies to a repainted hull. And apply provenance discipline to this case's coverage in real time. Identity speculation beyond the official record is circulating, and none of it prints here. Now, professional assessment. Let's move. Ingest, a 6th perimeter contact event, interdicted at the casing phase. Suspect identified, federally charged, and in custody. Prior system contact present through an open robbery investigation. Federal surveillance active from Friday, arrest Sunday, complaint Tuesday. A manufactured security role badge recovered on his person. No attack designation and none required for the structural finding. Apply. For protective and threat assessment professionals, Entry 6 validates the log's standing posture. Prior contact is a signal, not a resolution, and the operative variable is whether observation converts to interception before identity becomes operational. The badge extends identity laundering into the perimeter domain. The identity stack that matters is public, digital, grievance, symbolic, and operational, and the presented role is now part of that stack. The predictability finding applies in both directions. Fixed coordinates concentrate risk, and they also concentrate defensive attention, which is precisely what functioned here. Synthesize. The perimeter pressure is rising on a measured curve, and the actors remain uncoordinated, which keeps the structural cause in the information environment this publication tracks as its standing concern. But the lineage now contains one entry where the sequence ran contact, monitoring, interception in that order, and where a laundered identity was stopped at the verifier instead of passing it. The system built gates. The actors kept coming. The actors began arriving with manufactured keys. This time, the gate was manned. The imperative from May stands unchanged and is now demonstrated rather than merely argued. Verify the face before it reaches the fence, and build the bridge from contact to care before the gate is crossed. I hope you found this information helpful. Verified, not viral. Signal over noise. Farah Ferris AI for Sovereign Station. Sassy class out.